Fitness should make your life better, not worse, if you're following the right protocols that actually blend into your lifestyle. Of course, if you're following drastic or extreme approaches, that can absolutely make your life suck more. So let's make sure we get things right, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how fitness has actually elevated my quality of life and helped in other areas of my life aside from just my physique. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified when I make more videos just like this one every single week. Today I'm going to share a little bit about my story, how I got started in fitness, and how it made other areas of my life better. And, after college, I started working a corporate job in an office in Manhattan. I was living in Queens at the time, so I would commute into the city Monday through Friday to work a traditional 9-to-5 job. It was more like an 8-to-6 job. And at this time, I was already a personal trainer. I had gotten certified as a trainer in college and started working at some gyms nearby like Equinox and a really small privately owned studio near where I went to school. So I had gotten this corporate job thinking that's what I needed to do, right, as I left college. But I was still building my fitness business on the side, almost like a side hustle in the hours both before and after work. So I would commute from Queens into Manhattan, and I would often train some clients before work at 6 or 7 a.m. and then head straight to the office. And sometimes I would also train my clients after work hours as well at 7 or 8 p.m. and then I would go back home to Queens. And then on the weekends, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't have my corporate job, but I would meet with more clients on Saturdays. And on Sundays, I left that as like the one day that I didn't do work. I didn't meet with clients. I didn't do work for my corporate job. And I honestly spent most of the day on Sunday meal prepping because, again, I was really into fitness. And I thought that I had to meal prep for the whole week. So I would spend like 4 or 5 hours cooking meals for the entire week coming up. And of course, by like Tuesday, those meals didn't taste that good anymore. So I'm sharing this because at this point, I really put my fitness on the back burner, right? I had so much going on. I had my full-time job, and then I was building my true passion, my side business, my fitness business, in every hour outside of my full-time job. And it was really hard. I struggled big time. This was a stretch of a couple years. I really struggled with my own fitness and making time and prioritizing my own workouts and my own nutrition. Not only that, but I was in a corporate job where I was sitting at a desk hunched over at a computer for 8 hours, 9 hours a day, which is really the first time I was doing that, right? In college, yes, you sit down for class, but classes are scattered throughout the day, right? And you can get up and you walk around and stuff, and it's more flexible. So not only was I doing worse with my fitness, but I was also way more sedentary, and I really felt changes happening, negative changes happening to my body, to my health, and I knew that, something needed to change. I felt like I was sluggish and tired every day, right? Every day when I woke up, I was groggy. I could barely think. I would commute into the city and be like half asleep almost training my clients, or half asleep even by the time I got to my desk at 8 a.m. and logged onto my computer. Mentally, I wasn't focused and energized and actually ready to start my day productively. And it seemed like by 2 or 3 p.m. after lunch, I was exhausted at that point, right? It was like I was spending the whole day being tired, and but by 3 p.m., mentally I was checked out already, right? I had nothing else that I could really commit to. My legs, my hips, my lower back were all much tighter than they ever had been before, and I noticed these things, when I would get up to go to the bathroom, or get up to get my lunch, or go up the steps, or do anything active outside of my job. I noticed that, from sitting down all day, this was really affecting me. And I very clearly remember thinking that I was aging more quickly. Like, this 1 to 2 years of working this corporate job, I felt like I had aged 5 years or more, way more rapidly than I had ever in the past. And honestly, I just realized like I had to figure this out. I had to get back to really prioritizing my fitness and my health and making that, one of the main pillars of my life. And this is when I really decided to take a deep dive and educate myself more on strength training and nutrition, and really learn as much as I possibly could. Yes, I was a personal trainer at the time, but to be honest, anyone can get a certification, right? That's not what makes you a great coach or a really knowledgeable coach. So I started doing more research at my lunch breaks. I started taking additional courses. And what was the most helpful, I started to hire fitness coaches and nutrition coaches for myself, for my own fitness. And I learned so much from them on how to eat and train to improve your physique, to lower your body fat percentage, and I learned things that I just hadn't known previously. I started tracking my food as well and really understanding the nutrition content of foods, and eventually I competed in a men's physique competition. And from gathering all this information and knowledge, I learned that you didn't have to eat 5 little meals a day in order to stay in good shape. That was a very kind of dogmatic idea that I had as a new trainer in the field, right? That someone had told me you have to eat every couple hours if you want to stay lean. And I realized that literally couldn't be more wrong, right? So I started eating in a more intermittent fasting type schedule. So I was eating 2 meals a day instead of 5. And I have to say, man, this was a life changer. Just this small tweak in my schedule was a life changer, because that meant I didn't have to meal prep all day on Sundays anymore. I didn't have to prep 20 meals or 30 meals for the week. I could just prep 1 meal and bring that for lunch and have dinner when I get home. So it gained me more time and more freedom on Sundays to hang out with Morgan, to see my friends, to do a workout of my own. And because I started working with a coach at the time, I hired a coach to coach me in fitness and nutrition. I didn't want to waste that money, right? I wasn't going to throw away, I don't forget what it was, a couple $1,000 I think it was. So what I did was I ended up waking up earlier to go into the city and work out before I went to work or before I met with clients. So yes, I was waking up really early, but this allowed me to get in my own strength training workouts, which I was previously kind of just skipping. And because I started to do this, wake up even earlier to get my own workout in, it led to another life-changing hack in my day-to-day routine, my day-to-day schedule, which was commuting into the city. I don't know if you're watching this where you're located or if you've ever commuted into New York City, but during the rush hour when most people are going to work, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., it's packed. You're shoulder to shoulder on the subway with people, on the train. There's people sweating all over you. There's people, it's just the absolute worst. It makes your life miserable to start the day. And because I was going in an hour or 2 earlier, I was totally missing that rush hour. I was beating the rush hour, and there was only a few people on the train at the time that I was commuting into the city, and it was way better to start my day. It was way easier. So of course, I started to feel this momentum building in my fitness because I had started working out again more consistently throughout the week. I had started to eat better, track my food, and actually have a calculated approach with my food. And I was working with a coach. I had that accountability. I had a professional guiding me every step of the way. So naturally, I was getting in better shape. My body composition was improving. I was looking more shredded, but also I noticed other areas of my life starting to improve as well. I just told you about the time-saving benefits, right? I didn't have to commit all day Sunday to meal prepping. That was a major benefit in my social life and in my relationship with Morgan. I told you about the commute, right? To improve your commute into work, that is a major life thing. There's nothing worse than a bad commute into your job every single day of the week. So that was a major improvement in my life. But also, I had more energy. I was waking up earlier to get my workout in, and you might think, well, if you're waking up earlier, shouldn't you be more tired? Generally, yes, but because I was waking up earlier, I was forcing myself to go to bed earlier. I was forcing myself to go to bed at 9 or 10 p.m. so that I could wake up in time to wake up, take my pre-workout, get my workout in, and the combination of those things, getting more sleep, waking up earlier, moving my body, exercising, and taking pre-workout, which makes you focused, makes you energized. I had more energy to start my day, and then it lasted a good chunk of the workday where I was having more energy and I was more productive. So unlike before, where I would, wake up, maybe train a client or two in the morning, and then get to my desk at 8 a.m. and be groggy and falling asleep and really not mentally focused until another hour or two. I was getting to my desk at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. depending on if I had a client or not, and immediately I was logging in, I was ready to go. I felt like I was way more productive, and I saw other people kind of strolling in at 8 a.m., 8:05, 8:15. Meanwhile, I had already done a task or two for the day. I was already energized and focused and ready to go. I was actually very surprised that my mood had significantly improved as well, because I didn't consider myself someone who was like in a bad mood, or I wasn't depressed or anything like that, but I noticed how greatly better, I guess, my mood was, because I just felt better about myself. I noticed that now, being somebody who woke up early, who worked out before work, was productive immediately before work, got to work early. I was almost always the first one in the office, and I was ready to go, and I was working. That made me feel good about myself, right? You're going to be in a good mood if you're really good at what you're doing. If you're by the time everybody else wakes up, you've already done a workout and you're already at your desk, you're working, it makes you feel good about yourself. And naturally, because of all these things, my confidence was way up. Again, I was, 23, 24? I was just a couple years right out of college, young kid, relatively insecure, naturally. And my confidence was building because I was doing all these things successfully, and I was feeling better than I had felt before. And I was doing good at my job, my full-time job. I was doing very well at it. My fitness business was growing because I was getting in better shape. I was being more productive. I was getting things done, and naturally that attracted more clients to want to work with me. So I don't know if this resonates with you at all, but just remember that fitness with the right protocols and done properly should make your life better, not worse. And if it's making your life worse, if it's making you be worse at your career, if it's making you have a worse social life, if it's taking away from your relationship with your partner, there's something about the protocols you're following that either is not sustainable or doesn't blend in with your life or your lifestyle, or is just not a good fit. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope me sharing a little piece of my story was somewhat helpful here. If it was, give the video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to think about the idea of working with me in my Modern Man coaching program, you can check out the links down below this video and see if it's for you. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.